Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. Just making sure the sound is working there. As those of you that tuned in yesterday may have been a little confused when apparently I uploaded a video, but the commentary didn't stick, which caught me off guard a little bit because I have been casting a couple games from a hotel room, and I was like, oh, this is actually going pretty smooth. Then we have a game which I guess my mic must have been disconnected or some weird Windows thing happened. I don't know, but anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the map Golden Aura with another one of these bot versus bot matches. And it is two of the most fun to watch bots. We have got Eris taking on BenBot for this match. It's going to be a TVZ, but more importantly, a bot versus bot match where the rules are different. As in these bot games, there's quite a bit of variance from what happens in regular human matches, but sometimes they look similar to human games, sometimes they look completely different, and that is the beauty of this. We also have a bit of randomness when it comes to these bots, as for example, BenBot is going for a proxy this match. Eris has been scouting out with a drone, doing some very diligent scouting, I'll say, but it has not seen this proxied rack, so we're actually going to be having a concussive shell push potentially coming out of BenBot, which is bizarre. I mean, it's a TVZ, not a TVP. Go home, BenBot. You are drunk. We're going to see how well this works out, though, as it's going to be double Marauders being produced out of these racks. Eris has not scouted this, so it's just thinking, all right, I'm safe to macro up, get up this third hatchery. And it really did scout pretty much everywhere, except that Rax's on its side of the map. This little chunk here, that's all it missed. And there happens to be the makings of a dirty proxy there, with an Overlord flying over this single Marine. May actually supply block Eris potentially. One drone taking one for the team, absorbing some of those Marine shots. Just about gets out, unfortunately not though. Runs headfirst into a Marauder. The Overlord does make it to safety though, so that's very nice for BenBot. Or for Eris, pardon me. Now, we're just having a bit of a weird proxy here from BenBot. It's gone for the proxy racks, but it's, or the proxy bunker, pardon me. It's not in range of a hatchery though, so Eris is fine on these three bases for now. But behind this, it's gonna have to deal with this bunker because proxies like this do tend to mess with bots. It's very difficult to program the logic required to deal with just something like a bunker between your natural and your third base. I also forgot to say, because this game got started so fast, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to go ahead and click that like button if you haven't already. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. And consider becoming a YouTube member if you do want to support the channel. Oh yeah, leave a comment that says more bots if you want to see more of these bot games. Eris is losing pretty much all of its queens to this proxy, which is very concerning. It's made a great deal of queens, however, it's already lost 3, now 4. The third base can afford to be lost, but it's not comfortable. We are seeing Roaches and Ravagers be on the way out, so Corrosive Bile can start getting dumped here. Marauders do have nice range, actually, compared to Zerg units, I believe, so... or maybe one more range than Queens, I believe it is. However, this is just going very poorly for Eris. There's quite a few injured Marauders, but Eris is really losing all of its units. There's no Burrow, which is a big problem. Burrow is like the holy grail when it comes to keeping your units alive as Zerg, but I guess Eris did not get enough gas in this case, so it's actually having its natural base of the mining really disrupted. One Marauder takes down a Ravager, and so Eris really is just struggling to hold this cheese. I mean, there's only 3 Marauders at the front right now. There's a couple Marines in the bunker. Behind this, it looks like BenBot may be transitioning a little bit. The Marauder count is 4 currently, which isn't too bad. However, mining has been disrupted at the natural. There is some mining going on at the third to kind of make up for it, as we have these drones running for their lives. One Ravager may be able to pick off this Marauder. That would be nice. There's these 300 Marauders here. That Ravager is unfortunately outnumbered. Eris is making more roaches, and they can try, but Marauders just destroy roaches, so it's very tough for Eris in this position. BenBot is making a siege tank. If that goes to the front, that would be really problematic. There's also one Marauder disrupting the mining at this third base. That is huge, because this is a big chunk of the income. Since there's no mining at the natural, these 3 Marauders are super duper red. All it's going to take is one more Ravager to deal with them, I think. Eris is close to stabilizing and holding this. BenBot is actually moving this tank across the map, though, which is really problematic. The mining at the third has been disrupted. That's why the natural's not looking too terrible for now. It's because the third is taking the heat. Drones are running every which way. Great programming by the author of Eris to try and keep those drones alive. They split up, they run different ways, so that's actually really incredible. This one Marauder at the natural base is not being dealt with, though. This Ravager is really slacking. It's focused on trying to tear down this bunker, and now the siege tank is here. This is really problematic for Eris. BenBot's cheese has been having a lot of success so far. We just need to see that Marauder get dealt with, and then things may improve for the Zerg a little bit, because it can mine at the natural. I believe that's actually stim now on those Marines and Marauders, though. So Eris is having a really tough time here as the third base goes down. Another Ravager morphing. Those eggs are strong, but not strong enough to survive all that bio, and there's really not much left here for Eris. The siege tank picked off a lot of those units. This SCV been working the overtime to repair that bunker up, and I think we're actually going to have a victory here for BenBot. This is not how games between BenBot and Eris usually go. I think like Eris probably scouts this cheese like 99 times out of 100, it seems. And I mean, it's still trying to hold on, but BenBot does have that natural up mining. There's another siege tank coming away, a tank and a bunker. Yeah, and there's just no units left for Eris. But yeah, like the scouting, we so often see Eris scout cheeses like this and defend it successfully as a result of the great programming and the great scouting. But in this case, Eris just got bopped a little bit. I mean, his Ravager is really doing the work, so the main may be held for a little bit longer. I mean, BenBot's ahead 30 workers or so. I really am enjoying these games, which are a little bit closer here. However, it does seem that, yeah, BenBot is going to run away with this one. We're finally seeing burrow started. If Eris had squeezed that out a little bit earlier in this game, well, not a little bit earlier, like 5 minutes earlier, it wouldn't have lost roaches, Ravagers, Queens. It could have kept them all alive. So that's really unfortunate for the Zerg. The proxy, the bunker, the siege tank, even Eris, which is one of the bots with the best programming, is feeding drones into it again and again. I mean, it's really trying to stay out of range of that tank, but that is a tall order. And yeah, what a great match this is. I really can't emphasize enough the scouting. Eris doesn't die to cheeses like this too often. It defends them so well. But this game was unfortunately not one of those ones. So it is possible to cheese out Eris sometimes. And I do apologize to everyone in the previous match who tuned into that VOD before I privated it, that had no audio. So I'll try and find a similar game to cast to that one. But once again, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this one, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what kind of games you want to see in the comments down below, or just say more bots. But I do like to hear what kind of games you like to see. Like, I know this is a bit of a shorter match, but it is gives us more insight into how these bot games go. Like, if I do just cast the 30-minute games, we only, of course, see the builds and strategies that make those games 30 minutes, not matches like this that have a bit of cheeky cheese. And well done to the author of BenBot to program such a great cheese. Eris, always a great bot. Unfortunately, this this match wasn't quite able to, well, didn't scout it out. I imagine if I cast a similar game between these two and Eris scouts it, the game goes completely different. GG.